I know it's almost Christmas, but it's the nightmare before Christmas, so it's fine. It's not Christmas yet, it's still before Christmas, so I can wear this shirt. It's America. Anyway, you guys want to hear about works cited pages, not about my shirt. I get sidetracked way too easily. Hello there! Welcome back to my channel. You may call me Miss Introvert, and today we're going to be talking about how to create a works cited page. This is going to be MLA formatted, and we're also going to be using F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby as an example. Great book. Don't worry, I won't spoil it for you. If you don't know what MLA stands for, it means Modern Language Association, and it's what most English papers are written in. Double-spaced, black ink, 1-inch margins, you know the drill. Before we begin, if you're new here, subscribe to my channel for writing and introvert videos that I post every Tuesday. And like this video if you're a writer and/or an introvert. Also, comment down below the most boring book you've ever read in school so far. Alright, let's get on with the video before I start to bore you. This is a very boring lesson to go over, but it's also one that's very important that most people should know, especially for college papers. Also, if you're in need of writing help, check out my video on how to write an essay if you're stuck or procrastinating. Anyway, how do we start an MLA works cited page? Well, once you have all of your quotations labeled and accounted for, you can scroll all the way down to the bottom of your essay and make another page for your works cited page. Type works cited at the top and station it right in the middle. Then go down to another paragraph, and this is where you'll start referencing your source. Now, some sources vary on how you format them, so I'm just going to go over how you would write them for a short story or a book, using The Great Gatsby. First, you obviously want the author's name in the citation, but instead of first name, last name, we're going to put the last name first, add a comma, and then put the first name. To complicate things, it works like this. Imagine that you are a librarian and you're labeling the books with the author's last name. It's kind of like that. Whenever you go to the library, you're always searching for the last name of the author to find the book you're looking for. Last names are always more professional than first names. I mean, they put Mr. and Mrs. in front of them. Then you want the title of your source in italics. If the title is in quotations, then your source is going to be a poem. But short stories and books, even long poems like Beowulf, which are turned into epics, are always in italics. It is very confusing, and I've taken classes like that before, and it took me a while to figure out which one is which, but when citing poetry, you always need quotations when referencing them. And for books, you always need italics. So author, title, then what? If you're quoting a textbook, you're going to want the edition or the volume, along with the publication city and the year. But if not, and you're just quoting a regular book, then all you really need is the publication city and the year. Of course, there can be exceptions. There are certain kinds of regular books that are transformed into multiple editions, so I guess it just depends on the book. But for most textbooks, it's usually citing editions and volumes. For regular books, the publication city is optional, unless it's required. So in The Great Gatsby, we are able to find all of that information right on this page. It's usually like the second or third or fourth page in the book. You know how there's just those blank pages at the beginning of the book? Some of them aren't actually a very valuable information. So we can see right here that it was published in New York and that we have, let's see, where's the year? We have years right here by the copyright. And then sometimes the years will vary, like we'll have the regular year that the book was actually published in, and then we'll have this edition. So the Scribner Trade paperback edition was published in 2004. So I don't know if you can see that, but that's where you'll find the information. And there are some books that format it differently, so you're just going to have to keep an eye out for it. Being that there are different editions of books, they're going to have different page numbers. So you don't want your teacher to be confused while you're quoting one page and your teacher is looking at the same page, but in a different edition. Lastly, you're going to want the page numbers that you quoted in your paper. So let's say I took some quotes from, I don't know, chapter 4, right here, chapter 4. I would start on the page I started quoting, which let's say it's page 63, and I end on page 66. And your works cited page should look something like this. And you're done! You just made a works cited page. All done and ready for your teacher to look in awe at, because plagiarism is never worth it. And that's how you make a basic works cited page for your paper. Again, if you need help with your essay, check out the video I told you about at the beginning of the video. I'll link it down below in the description. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video if this helped you. I wanted to make it as short as possible because you obviously have better things to do, like watch BTS videos or finish the paper. Ugh, I always procrastinate when it comes to BTS. It's a wonderful bad habit though. Their new album just came out. Go listen to it. Well, that's all for now, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, check out my blog, and find the writing help you need in my Fiverr account. I've got an editing gig on there if you need help writing your essay. And stay basic. Okay, bye!